Welcome to my weekly update. Earlier today, the CDC changed some of their social distancing guidelines for schools. It is important to remember the New York State Department of Health and the New York State Education Department have not changed their health and safety guidelines for schools. We will continue to follow guidance from the state, monitor the situation, and update you as more information becomes available. We are also continuing to advocate for our students. The Erie-Niagara School Superintendents Association sent a letter to Governor Cuomo advocating for changes that would allow an increased capacity within our schools. That letter is available on the district's webpage. ENESA also sent a letter to Dr. Betty Rosa advocating for our students in mid-February. Today, along with the Board of Education, we visited Forest Elementary and Mill Middle School. I'm here with the principal at Forest Elementary School, Mr. Keith Wing, and thank you so much for the tour today. We really appreciate it. We got to see a lot of really good things happening here at Forest, and we also noticed that you're preparing to pivot in case there's any change in guidance. We were hoping you could bring us up to speed on some of the preparations you've been making.
Absolutely. As we await this new guidance, we're really excited about the potential of getting students in 5 days a week. So we've moved furniture back in the buildings. We have the Reset Relaunch Committee with Forest Elementary teachers on it, looking at some of the logistical aspects and anything from student arrival and student dismissal, lunches, class sizes, so on and so forth. And we're looking at all aspects of this so we can make this happen as fluidly as possible.
Well, it's really evident all the work that you're doing, and I'll tell you, thank you so much to you and your staff, and we really appreciate all the work, all the preparations, and all the great things instructionally you're doing with your kids too. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. McKenna. I'm
here with President Teresa Leatherbarrow and past President Sean LeMay. And what we'd like to know from our board is we've got a chance to see a lot of things today. What are some things that stuck out to each of you? Teresa, maybe one thing that stuck out to you today on our tour?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Dr. McKenna. Today we had an opportunity to visit several classrooms, one of which was a full remote classroom, and that was Mrs. Goodlander's second grade classroom. One thing that was really interesting to me was that she started the year with 26 students. And now, at this point in the year, here we are at the end of March, she's down to 15 students that are remote, and that's because the difference of those children are now coming in school and have been able to attend in person. So that was really great to see that we have really strong efforts on behalf of the principal here at Forest to get as many children into the school as possible based on capacity.
Those are great points, Mrs. Leatherbarrow. Thank you very much. And Mr. LeMay, what are some things that stuck out to you today?
Well, we were able to see the Forest new podcast studio that they started up recently. And we were able to see the green screen and the whole studio, the equipment set up with that. We're even able to see that some of the setup is sits on carts so that it can be portable and be able to bring around to the various classes and work with the students there. So the technology aspect, the element there that's bringing the remote students and the rest of the community together is really coming together, and it looks amazing.
Yeah, so much potential, so many good things happening, and wish we had more time to talk about more of it, but those are just a few of the good things that are happening here in our schools, and thank you both very much for being part of our tour today. It really means a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As we remain proactive in our planning and preparing for any changes in New York State guidance, we understand there could be some transitional challenges with any changes in school guidance. We have and will continue to have discussions with our staff, especially as it relates to social-emotional learning and wellness, to ensure support is available for students and families. Along with visiting Forest, the Board of Education and the leadership team also stopped at Mill Middle School. It is incredible to see the amazing connections our remote and hybrid students continue to make in the classroom. While at Mill, I also had the opportunity to meet with Ash Synoth, who won the Regional Scripps Spelling Bee to advance to the Scripps National Spelling Bee. This big victory that you had to do, what was the process? How did you do it?
First you have to win your school spelling bee, and then you go into the regionals, and then there's a couple tests that you have to take with 25 questions of vocabulary and 15 questions of spelling, and then if you do well, you go into the next rounds.
It is an amazing accomplishment, and on behalf of myself and everyone in our whole district, all the best as you go to the next round, and congratulations again on an amazing accomplishment.
Thank you.
Thank you. There were also incredible messages throughout Mill on what it means to give back to the community. Some of them that stood out include messages such as, Giving is thoughtful, kind, making the world a better place, making you a better person. Giving is hope, and giving means thinking of others before yourself. These are incredibly powerful messages. Speaking of giving, earlier today, Erie County Legislator Chris Green was at North to honor several students for their service to the community. A huge congratulations to Katerina Picararo, Angela Seo, who were honored for their work with DECA and through the Leukemia Society. Anish Lakshman and Yolanda Wang both earned the President's Volunteer Award for their community service.
It's truly rare and special to see somebody capture the love of volunteerism at such a young age. I can't honor these kids enough for the contributions that they have done to better society.
In closing, I want to thank everyone for their hard work and support. Just a reminder that tomorrow is the first day of spring. Have a great weekend and enjoy.